Mother India, Lagan, and Salam Bombay. Does that ring a bell? These are the only movies in our history that have been nominated for the Oscars. The buzz is happening as the Golden Globes just got over, and what an event it was, with one of my favorite movies of the year, La La Land, getting most of the major awards. This got me thinking about our representation at the Oscars, and the video is not to discuss whether Sarabjit or MS Dhoni The Untold Story should have gone for it, but on the other innumerable times in history where we left out a movie that could have had the potential to get nominated, or heck, who knows, even win. So here is Tried&Refused Productions with 10 Bollywood movies in no particular order that should have gone to the Oscars. Number 10 goes to Do Bigha Zamin, a 1953 movie directed by Bimal Roy and starring Balraj Sahni and Nirupa Roy in lead roles. Bimal Roy, a director who is known to blend art and commercial cinema perfectly, focused on a socialist theme in the movie with a very important message. Not all movies have fairy tale endings. A movie that focused on the farmer's plea, the zamindari system, red tape and corruption, and what majority of India below the poverty line faces in order to make ends meet. It's such a real portrayal of the daily individual struggle just to manage shelter and food. The bond between a father and son, the commitment of a giving wife. The movie encompasses almost everything and is definitely a must-watch for moviegoers even today. Number 9 goes to Kaagaz Ke Phool, a movie produced, directed and starring Guru Dutt opposite Wahida Rahman, is considered to be one of the cult classics post its revival in the 1980s. The movie, which released in 1959, is considered to be a homage to Gyan Mukherjee, a 1940s director whom Guru Dutt was extremely inspired and close to. Kaagaz Ke Phool was a masterpiece when it comes to subject material, acting, and especially the music, with classics such as Waqt Ne Kya Kiya Haseen Sitam, a movie that focused on the film industry, extramarital affairs, media malpractices, and alcohol abuse, would have been quite the contender if it was sent as the entry for India. Number 8 goes to Bandini, a 1963 movie directed by Bimal Roy and starring Nutan, Ashok Kumar and Dharmendra in lead roles, is based on a Bengali novel, Tamasi by Charu Chandra Chakrabarti. It focused on a woman serving life imprisonment for murder and a choice that she has to make between two men with contrasting personalities, Dharmendra, the prison doctor, or Ashok Kumar, with whom she had a history. The film highlights the circumstances that lead to an ordinary person committing a crime, the spirit of sacrifice during the freedom struggle, and most importantly, a strong female lead in a pre-independent India that Bimal Roy was very famous in portraying in most of his movies. Bandini is gripping and storytelling cinema at its finest. Number 7 goes to Ankur, a 1974 movie directed by Shyam Benegal and starring Shabana Azmi, Anant Nag and Sadhu Meher in pivotal roles, was a movie way ahead of its time. A movie that focused on a Dalit family working as domestic aid to an educated household in the village and the complications that come with it, ranging from caste issues to disability, from sexual urges to child marriage. This movie for its time was extremely blunt, hard-hitting and unapologetically showed the ills that still plague rural areas. With breathtaking performances by the not-so-seasoned actors back then and some really impressive direction, Ankur, if would have been understood by the Indian masses, would have been a great choice for the Oscars. Number 6 goes to Bhumika, a 1977 movie directed by Shyam Benegal, starring Smita Patel, Amol Palekar and Anant Nag in lead roles, is based on the Marathi language memoirs Sangte Alka, a movie which focuses on Marathi stage and screen actress of the 1940s, Hansa Vatkar, who led a flamboyant and unconventional life. A movie that focused on the need and importance to identify yourself. Another Shyam Benegal movie with the leading lady in the forefront, with the movie ranging its focus with family conflict, domestic abuse, stardom at a young age, jealousy, deceit. The movie showcases the ills that come with making a name for yourself and how people change according to circumstances. Smita Patel has one of the strongest performances in the lead role, and the movie is truly a masterpiece. Number 5 goes to Chandni Bar, a 2001 movie starring Tabu in the lead role and directed by Madhur Bhandarkar. Chandni Bar is a gripping and real take on the Mumbai underworld, the prostitution and dance bars in India, and gun control. A movie that focuses on a woman marred by problems from losing family to encountering rape within her family, raising children with financial impediments, and trying to build a future for them away from this cruel world. An extremely dark story that is showcased by Madhur Bhandarkar of a family and, more importantly, a woman. Chandni Bar is not everyone's cup of tea, and definitely was a standout film in the early 2000s that deserves international recognition. Number 4 goes to Black, a 2005 film directed by Sanjay Leela Bansali and starring Rani Mukherjee and Amitabh Bachchan, is a movie adapted from The Miracle Worker, which is a cycle of the 20th century dramatic works derived from Helen Keller's autobiography, The Story of My Life. Black revolves around a blind deaf girl and her relationship with her teacher, their daily struggles and achievements over the years, and surprisingly, his own downfall as he later develops Alzheimer's. With extremely strong performances by the two main leads, Black is one of the most powerful movies ever made in Bollywood. Every string of emotion is portrayed beautifully on screen. It's shocking that in the same year, the Shah Rukh Khan starrer Paheli was sent for the Oscar nominations and not this masterpiece. Number 3 goes to Gulaal. Gulaal is a 2009 Indian political drama directed by Anurag Kashyap. It's starring K.K. Menon, Raj Singh Chaudhary and Abhimanyu Singh in lead roles. It explores themes such as pursuit of power, quest for legitimacy, perceived injustices and hypocrisy of the powerful. The film is set in present-day Rajasthan, which is a state in northwest India. The plot is provided by the student politics of a university and a fictitious rebellious group consisting of former Rajput leaders who have become present-day elite. From political and ego clashes to college ragging and conflict, this movie encompassed everything. Extremely dark and gritty, Gulaal was one of the finest direction projects by Anurag Kashyap. Number 2 goes to Paan Singh Tomar. Paan Singh Tomar is a 2012 Indian biographical film directed by Tigmanshu Dhulia and starring Irfan Khan in the title role. It is based on the true story of the athlete Paan Singh Tomar, a soldier in the Indian Army who goes on to win a gold medal at the Indian National Games. But due to family disputes, post his departure from the army, the man becomes a notorious bandit. The movie takes a look in the lack of respect bureaucrats and government officials have for the people who serve the armed forces, looks at corruption and government malpractices, and the desperate circumstances in which an individual is pushed in the corner, eventually to become a rogue. An individual misunderstood and subject to conspiring individuals, Irfan Khan is breathtaking in the lead role, and the storytelling by Tigmanshu Dhulia is not anything less than perfect. Before we discuss the number 1 position, here are some honorable mentions.
एक पलड़े में नपुंसकता, दूसरे पलड़े में पौरुष, और ठीक तराजू के कांटे पर अर्ध सत्य।
मौत एक पल है बाबू मुछाए, आने वाले 6 महीने में जो लाखों पल में जीने वाले उसका क्या होगा?
और आवाज के पीछे एक शक्ल होती है।
मेरी नहीं है।
ऐसा तुम सोचते हो?
ऐसा मैं जानता हूँ।
क्या गारंटी है?
गारंटी? मैं आपको पंखा बेच रहा हूँ।
Number 1 goes to Udaan. It is a 2010 movie directed by Vikramaditya Motwane and starring Rajat Barmecha and Ronit Roy in lead roles. It is one of the best coming-of-age stories in Bollywood, a story that showcases the transition of a young boy in a boarding school to a man who knows what he's passionate about. The movie itself has many layers focusing on children growing up in broken families, domestic abuse, and differences in ideologies between parents and children. The movie is a very eye-opening take on what every 18-year-old goes through, be it in a normal family or an extremely regressive family. Would you chase your dreams or settle for a 9-to-5 job for the rest of your life? That is the question that this movie really focuses on. Udaan was definitely a spectacular piece of art. And guys, that was the list. Write it down in the comments below if there were some movies that we missed out on. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel for weekly content. Thank you for watching.